What's up, everybody? Anthony Frieda here. Welcome to Super Dumb Biz. No time to waste. This episode is absolutely epic. I got Kat and Rich, you guys remember them, and Paul O'Keefe, you remember him. All four of us in the same room, in studio, with our instruments. Tons and tons of laughter, and this is going to be a two-parter. So, no time to waste. Enjoy the episode. What's up, everybody?
Hey.
What's up, brother?
Hey, we're going to jump right into it because I got my favorite people, my best friends here. We call ourselves C.R.A.P.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
Because we got
C to the R to the
Cat,
A.
for C is for Cat.
Yep. R.
R is for Rich.
For Rich.
Yeah.
A is for Anthony, myself, and P is for Paul.
Yeah, baby.
So we got Kat London, Rich Aveo, and Paul O'Keefe. Welcome.
Great to be here, brother.
The
Yeah.
Anthony
Here, man.
Frieda.
Happy September, happy fall.
Ah, it's a beautiful day.
We got through this summer.
I know.
We haven't been in the same room with instruments in how many months?
At least 6. A minimum 6.
Yeah, at least 6.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Together, yes.
Together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But probably more than that because before that, I don't know how. I don't remember the last
I
actual.
forget. Say February.
I forget the last gig. Was it?
Asbury Hotel.
I think that was the last one, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was,
Yeah.
No, that was January. Yeah, you're right. It was
January, yeah.
Jan, Feb.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Man.
So
was
this
the-
is
So 7 months.
this is what the COVID did, you know?
Yep.
So speaking of that, let's just talk about that real fast, get it out of the way. So I know Paul works his ass off with his job during COVID. So you've been okay, but I know you've been hungry to play. And back in, I think I saw you in June when you were on the last episode.
That's right.
So that was probably the first time you played in a while, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. In fact, after that show,
Yeah.
after that podcast, my hands literally hurt
Really?
and my voice. You know, but
He's got
yeah, it was-
delicate hands.
I've got very
Delicate.
delicate hands. I use oil of Olay, so it was literally apart from like noodling around at home, and it's always more intense when you're playing with somebody.
Yeah,
Right.
It
yeah.
was the first time that I had played in 4 months, so I think
You
it
know,
sounded all right.
That episode is the highest listened to episode.
That was
That's
a great
awesome.
episode.
Yeah, like and it just keeps growing, which is great. And then your performance is on there too, like specifically your cover of Peter Gabriel's
Mercy
Street.
Wow,
was
that was such a
fucking
cool tune,
awesome.
man.
It's one of my favorite songs of all time.
The lyrics are badass,
so
too.
it's weird actually. People have been messaging me about that cover a little bit.
Really?
They've actually been messaging me more about the content.
Oh,
they
cool.
were like the first half of that pod. I mean, we get into music in the second half.
Yeah.
They're like the first half of that podcast was real funny.
Yeah.
But they everyone was like so surprised about to hear an acoustic cover of that song. Because if you listen to the original, it's all
Sent out?
Yeah,
No
yeah.
way,
really
really?
haunting.
I've never heard it.
Yeah, it was fun to do. Yeah.
You killed it, man, and it was a pleasure to mix. I remember being so excited mixing it, going like, "Oh, this is going to be
Yeah,
great."
you did a good job.
Awesome, man.
So thanks for
I like
that.
to make things easy on you.
That's right. You usually do, except
usually do.
except when you're busting my balls
I'm
constantly.
talking to you.
It's yeah.
Musically, though, it's all good.
Yeah.
Gigging with Paul is one of the many pleasures of my life.
It's a very humbling
I
experience.
think it's the
Yes.
bane of all our existence, isn't it?
And then, so, I mean, Kat and Rich, you guys have been busy as fuck. So,
Yeah.
because you were
We have
on,
made ourselves so.
you
Yeah.
guys were literally on maybe a month. I did the Donald Trump with my hands.
Yeah.
I did
It
the,
looks good.
Thanks. You guys were on maybe a month or a few weeks right before the lockdown.
Yeah.
And did we talk about it on the I don't think we talked about it on the last episode. So let's just cover it real fast. And Paul's included in this. So the three of you have like a wedding band.
Yeah.
The
Thanks
three-
for including me.
You're
It was
welcome,
great.
Paul.
While
This
you're
is
here, you might
inclusive.
as well contribute to the
I'm
show.
excited. Yeah.
The three of you are in a wedding band, and it's an independently run wedding band, meaning there's no agency involved.
Right.
Yeah.
Which we all have also played together in this independent. I'm not in it anymore, but we played in this independently run wedding band. But also we played together and really cut our teeth, and we're in the trenches together on the agency run ones too.
for sure.
So, it was a major, little bit of a risk for us to leave that agency, but specifically for Rich to put together the business for the independently run one. So
Right.
it's Rich Generval Entertainment.
Right.
So, and the wedding band is called the Ever After Band.
Yeah.
Very cool name. I remember doing like a video promo for it, which was really cool. And so within 3 years, because Rich does piano bar gigs, a lot of piano bar gigs, and Kat and Rich both do a lot of duo piano and vocal gigs, and that's where you book a lot of your clients, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. You know, the solo thing, playing out solo has probably generated
All.
if not all.
Yeah.
At this point, definitely not all.
that
But
and
when we
my-
were getting started,
yeah.
when we had split and become independent, because as you guys know, as some of the listeners may not know, when you're part of an agency, they kind of take the reins on booking you. Like you can't really go promote yourselves too much unless you're generating business for the agency, which is fair. But they make it very hard to find the band outside the agency.
Yes.
So when we came out of the agency, it was literally like we had never done a show before, even though we have a couple of hundred shows under our belt at
Yeah.
that point in time.
Yeah.
So doing the independent stuff solo through the week, people would come up and be like, "Hey, do you would you play like a private event or something?" I know that might sound weird. I'm like, actually, that's yes, I do. And if you're interested in a band, I have a pretty good one for you. So
Wow, just for listeners, you gotta understand. This says a lot about Rich's character, because another guy or another gal who's getting all these clients, which were they're wedding gigs, legitimately
Yeah.
high paying wedding gigs. You could have just taken it yourself, because for the most part, they were asking for you to do their wedding, right?
yeah,
And you've done that.
Sure.
Like you've done a wedding by yourself. You've danced the whole room.
Sure.
Just you, your voice and piano. But he was kind enough to go, actually,
I've got
I have
guys.
a band.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Well,
mean-
when we came out of the like you said, we cut our teeth together.
Yeah.
And we were in the trenches together. I mean, a lot of those times were really great on a personal level, but on a professional level, some were pretty challenging. So when we came out of that together and we decided to kind of go at this as a team, like my thought was like, I'm going to take care of my team first, like always. If I have an opportunity to take care of this team and make sure these people are employed, working, and in a good working situation, like that's going to be my number one goal.
That's it's very kind of you, because some other asshole would have been like, I'm taking all these gigs for
Yeah.
myself.
And I've definitely, and not to pat myself on the back, but I have lost opportunities because of that.
Gotcha.
They would want me solo, and I would
Gotcha.
analyze the gig and be like, "Look, you really want the band for this? Trust me." And they're like, "Well, maybe you can just like maybe DJ it too." And I was like, you know what? Like, I would just kind of back out of the gig. It was like,
Wow.
like you saw just me.
Wow.
But I really would rather you have the whole band because it's just a better experience for you. And
The reason why you did that was to keep your weekend, like keep those dates open, right? Isn't that
Yeah.
kind of the idea
Yeah.
behind that?
Yeah.
So within 3 years, you guys just started every year having another, whether it was a handful of or two handfuls, like 10 or 15 more weddings that particular year, to by the third year, which was this year, 2020, you had booked how many? What was the number? If you have a rough idea?
I really don't. It was at least a couple dozen, if maybe a few dozen. I
it was
forget,
close
I forget
to-
where we were, but it was.
Close to 50, or did it break 50?
No, we didn't. We haven't broken 50 yet on weddings.
Intentionally, though,
However,
because we want to.
We don't do just weddings. So like
That's right, yeah.
Kat, Paul, and myself, we were also doing a number of like trio gigs.
That's
and
right.
4-piece gigs,
Yeah.
and like smaller iterations of the show band. So obviously at the end of the year, I include that as an ever after booking.
So you had like a lot. You basically met what you had with the agency in 3 years. That was kind of my point.
Yeah.
Asking.
I think
Yeah,
overall
I
we
think-
exceeded it, right?
You exceeded
Before
it.
we had left, yeah.
I
yeah.
mean, definitely number-wise and quality-wise exceeded it,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
But I think 2019 is a pretty good yardstick, and we did a lot of work. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly how many, but between like 3-piece work and band stuff, and then like not even including like duo stuff that you guys did. I mean, it was a lot. So
Which is awesome.
It's out
Yeah.
there. You do not need an agency to go out and get work. You
Yeah.
just need a contact in the industry, and Rich was.
You just need to be willing to work 96 hours a week.
Yeah,
and
you
you're
can
good to go.
a lot of emails back and forth, a lot of phone calls.
Yeah.
You're just really good with talking to the clients. I would be terrible with that gig. I would be or
I
that part of the
disagree.
business.
I think it's about the mission.
It took time. I mean, you definitely honed your language through email. And
Yeah.
then as more like issues arose, you learned how to
You learn how to
compensate
answer
or
things.
Answer things.
But I became a lot less salesy. It was just more about keeping the
keeping it
client
factual.
first.
Well,
it's just like, look, I want to make sure that you are happy. So
Yeah.
like, here's how we're going to handle this. You
Yeah.
know, versus like, you want to book my band, and it doesn't matter, what it is that happens. We'll do anything for you. It's just like, well,
A lot of agencies think that's what keeping the client first is. That will bend over backwards.
just yesing them
But
to death,
I think
yeah.
what was really important about the success of this band, which really helped bolster the reputation, was that we just came at it from a factual standpoint. And if they did ask for something that was unreasonable or just unrealistic in a banquet setting, we would say it preemptively.
Yeah.
And they would go, "Oh, I get it now," because no one understands what a wedding is like until you're
for the
in it.
for the most
Yeah.
part anyway. The people who are booking a wedding
Yeah.
Have
are
only been
planning a
married
wedding. It's the
once.
first time they're doing it.
Yeah.
For most people, not everybody, but for most people.
And I think the difference between the agency and doing it independently was you had the person who was going to be the band leader for the night was doing the sales part as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So like,
Yeah.
Rich is always cognizant of that. I'm actually
that
going to be
helps.
on this gig, so I can give
Yeah.
you. Whereas when you're going through an agency,
Yeah.
all due respect,
They
you could
throw
be
you
sitting
to-
out to somebody who's not going to be within 20 miles of that gig, and they'll
Yeah.
say, "Yeah, they'll dress as monkeys for you." No
They throw
problem."
you to the
Exactly.
wolves.
Go for it.
They
They
Yeah.
throw you
definitely
right to
just
the
to make the
wolves.
sale. They'll definitely they have the
Yes.
tendency.
Yes, they will put on clown paint for
Yes,
you.
exactly.
I'll put on clown paint for you, Anthony.
Thank you, Kat. Maybe later.
What,
Okay.
your first dance is it theme park music from 1983?
Oh yeah.
Which is a true story, actually.
True story. Holy shit.
Lord. Why not?
Throwback.
Yeah.
So, okay, the reason why I wanted to highlight all that is because,
Mm-hmm.
well, first of all, it's a major accomplishment, so congratulations to you guys. I mean,
Thanks,
it's,
Thanks, man.
but I'm also very sorry because all of that work a lot of it got either taken away by COVID or postponed.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot postponed. I think every single person rescheduled, which
Yeah.
is good.
I think we had two people who canceled, but it wasn't one of which was because like one of the plans was pretty loose. They were just
Yeah.
like, well, we don't want to rush,
Yeah.
like just grab like a Thursday next year. We want to do it right. Like we'll
Yeah.
call you guys back.
Cool.
You know, so
So we've had time.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
we've had a lot of time.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, and you're not the only gig people that I know, but you're the closest ones to me who I was like, that's a gut punch. And I remember early on talking to all of you. We did a Zoom thing,
yeah.
a Zoom episode, but I didn't want to post it because I was like, let's wait, let's get in the room together.
Yeah.
That's probably a good call.
I think it's
Yeah.
a good call.
Yeah.
And plus, like, it was in the beginning, so there was a lot of unknown. Now you're on the other side of this,
Yeah,
and you
you're
have
right.
like good news. You know, at least Kat and Rich have good news. Paul, I guess you're doing okay.
I'm all right.
Paul's
I'm
a-
just exhausted.
Yeah,
all
you're
the
under-
just a lump
under-rested.
of bad news,
Yeah.
man.
No, you're doing fine.
I mean,
Paul.
I'm super lucky. I consider myself very lucky because I actually went back to having a day job like in November 2019. Like
That's
3
right.
months before this.
That's so weird.
Not of my own accord. I didn't actively like I was asked to.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, obviously it was just like providence there, but
Mm.
I mean, I'm looking forward to the world opening up. Going
Yeah.
back gigging and sacking those guys off again. Hopefully, none of
Hopefully
them
they
hear
don't
this.
listen to this.
They don't. Trust me.
Oh
But,
man,
no, I consider myself pretty lucky that I've been able to continue working, but you know, it's rough. It's rough out there for musicians. I don't know how you guys are doing it, but you know,
well, you guys let's jump into that also. I
Okay.
wanted to start with that. Kat and Rich have an online streaming virtual show that they do 4 nights a week. And it's pretty incredible because the other day I was looking at the post and it was like day 170 something or whatever it was.
Yeah,
And I was like,
yeah.
wow, that's
Yeah,
a
we're on
lot.
88
Day
now.
180. Yeah.
Oh,
know.
this Monday is the 6th.
Our 6 month. This Monday will be 6 months
so
solid
it's
of doing the show.
September 21st.
We
September
started the
21st.
show the day New Jersey went into quarantine. We just completely were like, you know what? I'm not going under. I'm going to fight this thing like
And-
right off the bat.
Rich is saying he started this doing the cover kind of piano bar-ish thing called the Pandemic Piano Party first, while I tried to
Yes.
do like some random comedy stuff
Right.
on my own. But then like 2 weeks in, he's like, "Do you want to like be a guest?" I'm like, "I'll be a guest on your show. Thank you." And then it worked out because I just made fun of him the whole time, and people ate it up.
Now, yeah, and with the addition of Cat, it's actually become a podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we've actually changed. We've rebranded it. We changed the name, so it's still the PPP, but now it's called the Piano Party Podcast.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's so cool, man.
yeah,
So you guys have
We'll have you guys on.
yeah. Whenever, yeah,
that'd be
for sure.
great.
We'd love
I'll
to
just
have you.
stand. I'll just sit in the corner, like usual. You
should do
squeeze,
it this week.
squeeze the drummer in the corner.
Like a wig and dark sunglasses.
I'll attach my kick pedal to a box or something.
Yeah.
I've been looking for an excuse to go eat bonbons in the adjacent room. So why don't you take my seat?
There you go.
Sure. Absolutely. I just won't sing.
You gotta wear one of Cat's dresses if you do that.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've got a lot.
maybe.
Maybe.
I'm a little hairy.
It might poke through
The legs
the
are just a little
nylon.
too hairy.
Yeah,
It
just don't wear
might
any
poke
fishnets.
Oh,
Or
that's a
only-
weird sight.
If you wore fishnets,
It's like a dog pressed up a chain link fence.
Oh, that's the cutest.
Like
Pet
a-
that dog through that fence right there.
Yeah, like
Pet-
a really hairy dog.
I'll make sure I
Yes.
pant into the mic.
Yeah. Rich is like, everybody, welcome. This is Anthony.
It's so funny.
A little bell around your neck.
So what's cool about the show is your interaction. It is the show is your interaction with your audience.
Yeah.
You have the same people joining you every night, and
Dedicated folks.
Very, very loyal.
you guys
Loyal.
told me like it's like dinner time for them. Like it's
Yeah.
like putting on the TV, but they're getting music. They're also getting a little bit of comedy too.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, they get to laugh a lot on the show, which is great.
and their kids can watch too.
Yes, it's family friendly.
Yeah. Sometimes
Yeah.
I say like crap or shit.
Yeah,
but
we'll talk about racy stuff, but like we'll keep it PG, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so cool. It's growing every week a little bit, right?
You know, it's crazy, man. We were running through yesterday or a couple days ago, and it's a weird feeling because unlike performing at a club or a lounge or a restaurant or anything, you don't always know who's there.
Yeah.
So
kind of
like
annoying.
some nights it could be quiet, but people are still watching, or some nights it can be like overwhelming because everybody's commenting.
The
And
chat.
so-
You're talking about the live chat.
exactly. So like sometimes we'll end the show and be like I don't know why we're doing this. Like no one's
yeah.
here. Like no one's watching this. And then at the end of the week, like you'll find out everyone was there. You know,
Gotcha.
or people they'll send you tips at and
Or
it's just
you'll have a busy chat room experience, and then you go to the views, and it was like only 80 views today. You're like, what? I
you're like,
worked
that's
my
weird.
ass off.
Yeah. So it's like I've kind of like switched my mindset from like at a club, you can at the end of the gig you can be like, that was a great gig or that was a shitty gig. It's obvious, right? Like right in the moment. But like I've kind of switched my views to at the end of the week, was it a good week?
Yes.
Because it's almost like you have to look at it from a little bit of a further perspective.
Yeah, that's
And
better.
I can tell you guys as well that, like, being Facebook friends and being internet connected to a lot of full-time musicians here and in Europe, you guys are the only ones doing it at that regularity. And I think that really means something because, like you were talking about, like you said, it's dinner time almost.
Yeah.
Exactly what people needed right now.
Yeah.
Because you either had like a humdrum experience or everything was so turned upside down for you.
Yeah.
The one thing that you needed was a constant, right?
Yes.
Which is,
Something
interesting.
positive.
It's interesting.
So a really nice constant thing that's daily.
Yeah.
And, the only problem is I think they've blocked me from the comments. So
Yeah, he's
I was
out.
telling too many salty jokes.
He's out.
Do they not allow you on the thing?
They
No,
did.
of course.
I was
Oh.
messaging in a Glasgow accent. That's what was
That's
going
what they
why.
didn't understand it really. But you know what? You're 100% right. Like when I started the thing solo, and it's still our motto to this day when we say welcome to the PPP, we always kind of like state the mission of the show, which was right now everything's completely uncertain. We want to make sure you guys know, like we will try to make you smile today. Like that is the one
Right.
thing that's certain with this show. I don't know what's going to happen with your
Yeah.
life or my life, but
It helped
right now,
us too, because like we were, it was like, "Hi, everybody!" Like we're smiling, we're not flailing at all.
we did have to
kinda
kind
have
of
to-
put on our game face.
It was like
'cause-
grin and bear it, but now we've actually gotten used to the grinning. a
Oh
bit,
yeah, and it helps. It really does. I mean, dude, we talked about it like separately, but like early on in the show, like the first maybe like 40 episodes, like there were days where I'd literally break down into tears right before going on. You know, like, because it's just either you have like this crazy tech problem 1 minute before you're ready to go live, and like people are already there waiting for you, and you're like, oh my God, like I really like not only that, but at the time, like you really needed to try to get some tips. Like it was, you know, and it was like almost a desperate feeling.
Yeah.
You know, where now it's like, this is my show and this is what happens. And sometimes shit happens. Sometimes the internet goes down, you know, and it's tough, but
total uncertainty.
For
it's
listeners,
like a snowstorm. You can't get to work or something, you know?
For listeners, what they're running, this operation that they're running from their, like, you had like a studio desk set up, like like with your keyboard and stuff, like a little studio room, right? And you converted that for this show.
Yeah.
And the operation is not fucking easy by any means to run.
It looks really clean and set
make
up
it look
like on
really
the camera,
easy.
but right behind that camera and on the ground are probably 70 cables.
Because you're live streaming it, but you're also recording it to then be uploaded
No,
to like
we're-
YouTube or no?
we're simulcasting
Okay.
through a software, which then feeds another software, which then simulcasts it
So you're
to
doing
Facebook, YouTube. We were doing Twitch for a while
Wait,
too.
so YouTube automatically saves the thing? You don't have
and
to
Facebook, yeah, both.
Oh, all right.
All those things
Well, yeah,
kind of live in perpetuity.
Is
once
it
you
going to
hit-
Instagram too?
No,
No?
Instagram doesn't have. I think it's called the RSS capability to
gotcha.
receive like a separate feed of the show.
Gotcha.
So it was a little weird, and also because Instagram's like only on your phone.
yeah. Oh, that's right.
It was too far away. Like we couldn't see the interactions.
Yeah.
It was a little tough for the
You all know
Instagram.
this pain, Paul doing sound for the event band, and
What
you
pain?
have you have
know what
all
you mean.
these cables,
do you mean?
and Rich, being a sound tech of his own regard, it took him so long to get a sweet sound. It was, I don't know what it was, but the tenacity of I'm using just my words, of the system was pushing so hard that even one tweak would be like, now you can't hear the voice, and then one tweak, it's like, I can't. The voice is so
Yeah.
big. Like
Well, you've got another element as well, because if you're in a studio or you're doing a gig, you have your voice going through a board into 2 or 3 or 4 speakers. Whereas when you're simulcasting on the internet, you don't know what people are listening on.
Exactly.
All you
Yeah.
got to do is just hit your best shot.
yeah.
That's all you can do.
That's
That's
right.
right.
And I did one on Facebook, and I just did it like no mics or nothing, just into a kind of
Room.
the laptop kind of speaker
Mm-hmm.
or mic. It's hard. It's hard because you're like, some people are going to be listening on like AirPods.
Right.
Yeah.
Some people are going to be listening on these cans. Other people will just be listening on a crappy
Yep.
kind of speaker. You just gotta hit your best shot, and that's it.
That's right. So, actually, and I think that your operation inspired this operation. And I was on the phone with you, Rich, for like an hour one day.
Yeah.
Because I liked the idea that you were sending out an audio signal to this live stream, which was then being recorded, and then you can post it as an episode, right, on YouTube or whatever. But you weren't limited by the interface or whatever. You had a mixer.
Yeah.
And you were and you're really good at EQing. So you actually like got a really, really nice sound for the live stream. And I'm
shocking.
thinking like, why can't I do that?
Right.
Why can't I do that? Let me just call them, and you help me out. So I have a mixer right next to me.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's just one of those like, well, here, this is the whole point to this, to highlighting this is, and it's very powerful to hear it, is you just didn't take the loss, and you didn't wait.
Yeah.
The day one, you're like, fuck this.
Yeah.
we're
doubt.
gonna do something.
No doubt.
Right?
Because honestly, our voices would croak. Like if I
Yeah.
wasn't singing for the hour and a half, we only just converted to an hour show. We'll see if we go back, but it was an hour and a half show. I'm thinking to myself, realistically, during a wedding gig, you're singing probably, if you're being realistic about it, you're probably singing for
Like 2.5.
2.5 hours,
Yeah.
but not even, because you're doing background vocals. Like I do a lot of background vocals. I don't sing cocktail hour. But so I'm singing for that. If it's a duo gig, it's usually a 3-hour show at like a restaurant. So you figure 45-minute sets like that. I'm not getting, if I gig less than these guys, but if I'm only gigging twice a week, they gig way more. I'm not getting my singing time in. I really need this. I need this.
Yeah.
And it was interesting to like fool with proximity to the mic because I know my mic proximity in a live setting in a venue.
You can hear it.
But when we are in, the room is smaller than this room right now. Like
Yeah.
the
Oh,
room
yeah.
that we're podcasting is actually quite comfortable. Our room is very small, and it was really loud, and
Yeah.
we were like singing in each other's faces. We still kind of have that problem because we are kind of close.
We're very close.
So
yeah.
it's like we're yelling.
What's funny in college, I took an acting class, and the professor was an actor, and he had been on like a lot of like soap operas and things like this, and he was telling us like TV acting, and you guys are probably familiar with this.
Oh,
I
it's
don't
a
know
lot quieter. Well, yeah,
not just quieter. You are
very close.
uncomfortably like whatever you're watching on TV. If it looks like they're at a natural distance, they can smell each other's breath, no doubt. Like they're that close because the way the camera's framed. You're like so when Kat and I are performing, it looks like I've seen the footage. Like it looks like we're about 2 feet apart. Her mic stand is touching the end of my keyboard. She's right. If I'm sitting here like this,
Gross.
her mic is right here, like facing that way.
Girls.
So it's
Yeah.
weird because you're like looking at each other and you're harmonizing with each other, but I can actually hear Kat's acoustic voice outside the mic.
Do you use headphones?
No, we actually have a monitor set up.
Oh, okay.
So
Wow.
we're
Actually, a good idea, Paul.
Because I mean,
I can't sing through headphones.
Oh,
it's
really?
not the cut of my jib.
Got
they're
it.
also like not very aesthetically.
Yeah.
They're not.
Oh, yeah.
For especially because you guys, it's not just you guys singing. It's
Also,
a show.
I have sexy ears,
You
so
have
I
sexy-
want
yeah,
to make
yeah.
sure that
That's where I
they're
walk.
seen.
Yeah.
Actually,
Plus I like wearing hats.
there's another benefit to this show, which is all I got to do is see when Kat and Rich come on, and I know when to log out of work.
That's your time.
And I actually tell clients, I'm sorry, my friends are singing. That's my time to log out. The day's done.
That's it.
You know?
You know, it's funny. I think
6 p.m.
I think it's really funny, but I actually think many people feel that way. We ran into some fellow musicians walking through Asbury Park a couple months ago, and she was like, you know,
I keep track.
I know how far along we are into this quarantine by what day you guys are on with your show.
Yes, same.
It's been like a weird like alarm clock for people, which is kind of funny.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Are you going to stop eventually, or is this something that you're interested in? Because obviously you're going to go back to doing your solo gigs, I assume, duo gigs, band gigs. Is this something you're going to continue to do when you're on a night you're not working?
I think so. I think this show will probably, to some degree, live forever, even if it means doing it once a week or
Right.
something along those lines, or like maybe turning it into a more of a concert setting. But similar to Ant, when Ant discovered this whole podcast world, I think. I don't want to speak for you. You're right here.
Go
but
ahead.
Like, did you feel like you
Keep talking.
awakened like a part of yourself that you've always wanted to explore?
I'll tell you this actually. I just think that the injury that I had with my hands,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
like in my mind, convinced me I can't be a professional drummer. Which, whether that's bullshit or not, it still hurts sometimes to play.
Right.
I sometimes still wake up in agony. So I was like, well, what the fuck am I going to do? I love teaching. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's not my passion.
Right.
So I was thinking, I want something creative. I got into a lot of the comedy podcasts. I fell in love with that shit. It's all I watch. I love and miss. I would go back and do a couple months of a agency gig with you guys. Not that that's ever going to happen, but just for the fun of being on the gig with you guys.
Yeah,
That is so
totally
much
get it.
fun.
Yeah.
Like just the bullshitting back and forth.
Yeah.
I love that.
Especially
Mostly
like an
Paul.
original band tour or something like
Or
that.
the tour.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That was so much fun, right?
You're the comic relief of that.
I hope so.
You'll
I
put
try
yourself
to
into a precarious situation. Paul will comment on it, and Rich and I will just
be.
laugh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty
and
much
we'll
a
just
tour.
we'll just pour each other's sauces all over it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And then it gets all dirty and stuff. Wow.
I'm
Yeah,
not even
but
going to comment on what you just
Please
said.
don't.
This is PG stuff.
Please,
That's
please
right.
don't.
Anthony, I'm gonna
But-
wake up. We're gonna wake up in your bed and kiss your hands so your boo boos feel better.
Thank you so much.
and then pet the dog through that fence.
That's right.
Have you spoken on the podcast about your injury yet?
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit. But
Should
that
we interview you about it?
Nah, it's fine. Just to answer Rich's question, is that I was like, well, wait, hold on. I know funny people, and like, what if we had live music performance it's just a lot of mixing work. But I need that work to get better at mixing anyway.
Because you enjoy that. You
really
love being a
enjoy it.
producer.
I mean, I just love, I like making things sound good.
Right.
That's it. I like
Yeah.
capturing things that sound good
Yep.
and then making them sound better.
I remember when
That's it.
we were on tour in Boston playing in that running store, but then we went to eat at the Indian or the Thai food restaurant.
Yes.
And I remember being
Those are
across
two.
from you. I don't know. I forget what it was. I think it was an Indian restaurant. I'm not
I think
sure.
it was.
It was Indian.
It was.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
Indian.
Indian.
Yeah.
I know it was spicy. Sitting across from me, we were all sitting across, and you're like, but wouldn't that? You kept saying like, but wouldn't that be great, guys?
Yeah.
Like,
Wouldn't that be
but
a
wouldn't
great
that be
thing?
great? Like comedy but like the live performance. And I was going to myself because I'm not a tech person. Like, I don't know about the live performance aspect. And I wasn't saying that out loud. I was just doing it like on my own thing. Like, oh, would I be able to put something out like that? Because you were like, I think the band should have this podcast. And we're like, no, Aunt, you should have this podcast.
And I was like, fine, I'll do it on my
Fine,
own.
Fine, I'll buy all this shit.
Yeah.
And then he flipped the table
And
and,
then
he ran out.
he
That's
did.
right.
Yeah, I
crying.
did. I did.
That's right.
And I had to
Stomping
pay.
his
I had
feet.
to pay for his dinner.
Yes, you did. Thanks for understanding.
Financially
You're
and
welcome.
emotionally.
That's right. No, but to Paul's question, there's always been a thing within me that I've wanted to be like not a talk show host, but a host of a show. Mm-hmm. And to me, it's my passion. Like yourself, you like to make things sound good. I like to explore the varieties of entertainment. So like the impression show and all kinds of I love doing things that have a big variety and no laser pointed focus or style.
Yes.
So when we started doing the show, I was like, it's part piano bar, it's part podcast, it's like part like chat room.
Striptease.
It's silly. It's got it's goofy, but it's also musically sound. So
You
Part
Oh my God.
ASMR.
Can you promise me that if you ever have a talk show, you'll get Shiloh LaBeouf on there?
you mean Shiloh Beef?
Shiloh beef. You
on
sent
beef,
me
on Beef Wellington Place.
you
That's
sent
our
me
address.
Rich one day. One night, I guess you guys wrapped your show, and I'm just sitting hanging out for the night. You sent me a clip, and it's of the episode. And by the way, I don't know how to do what you did, which is you send a YouTube link, and it starts at a certain minute in the video. Another thing I'm going to have to ask you how to show me how to
It's
do.
easy.
I
It's
think
really
that's
easy.
I think
Is it
that's
easy?
It's just a
Yeah.
box. You just check a box. It's really
Okay.
easy. Yeah.
Still don't know how to do it. I'm going to have to. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going
I'll
to get
show you. I'll
lessons.
show you.
So you sent me a clip right from a start of a thing from your show, and it was I busted out laughing. It was there was two of them you sent me one time, like within the same week.
Did you the Shiloh LaBeouf was one?
No, the one that I saw.
I think one of them was the 420 joke.
yes, the
Yeah.
420 joke and Cat.
That
right?
wasn't even a
It was-
joke. That wasn't a
Well,
joke.
yeah. Well, that's part of why it's funny.
that's So, what was it again? Now you said
a
it was in
song-
May, right?
Someone mentioned toking or whatever, and I said, "Oh, well, it's 420."
This is while we're singing a song. So I don't know what song it was, but it kind of went like this. I'm playing, we're singing,
Yeah.
da 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 da, and Kat looks at me and goes on mic, 420, and I'm singing, and I'm like, my face is like,
Because
my face is contorting,
May.
and I'm,
It's May
It's
20.
May.
and I was like, and I was like, I have no idea what you just said because it's May. And like all the time, the music hasn't missed a beat. Like
Yeah.
we're just
Right.
going and yakking with each other.
And you're falling off your
And
seat.
she falls off the chair.
Because I swear to God,
Yeah.
Anthony, that same day prior to the show, someone told me it was 420.
And you know what? That,
Oh yeah, sure.
yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
It
sure.
was the angels,
Just some
the
random
There's the
voices
voices
in
in your
my
head. Yeah.
Some random. But you know what, dude? that episode though,
Yeah.
no lie. I think that is so. It was so true
That was
to Kat and
pivotal.
our
Oh, yeah.
relationship. And
yeah.
and everybody laughed so hard at that. Like my family, they like called me, and my sister was like, we were in tears, like looking at your face and then listening to Kat. And then we said like
and you
I
kept singing too after
oh
that.
yeah, we just finished the song.
Oh.
It was
But, like,
probably Darius Rucker.
That show was actually I would say the birth of the podcast portion of the show, because before that we were like, we only have 90 minutes. We don't want to make anybody feel left out with their requests. Let's just hit these songs, like make little comments here and there. But that part of it,
that was so fun.
Birthed. You were like, you know what? Let's just be ourselves.
Yeah.
Let's just be ourselves. This is how we speak to one another.
It's like people are hanging
That's
out.
how.
With
That's
you.
how you all speak to me.
Yeah.
Cat.
Yeah.
What?
He's like, I have no idea what you're talking
I was
about.
just about to say, guess what I said when I saw that? I was like, Jesus, Cat.
You got to have one a day. One a day.
I have my one. You have 5 a day vitamins. One a day. Jesus.
One of these days, I'm literally gonna make a shirt, and it's a cat, but looks like Jesus.
Like with his arms out.
Jesus cat. Just for you, cat.
That's good.
Or for us.
For the band.
Right.
Oh man,
You'll wear it. I'll wear a dress.
that's so funny.
Blasphemous and hilarious.
Very
at the same
blasphemous.
So,
No good there.
but going back to what you were saying about, I agree with you, and we never really talked about it in like, how do we get that on stage, or how do we get that as a piece of content? Literally the interactions between us while we're on stage, because really we found out about that. Well, you guys probably had that. Cat and Rich had that before the 4 of us had that on stage when we performed.
You're talking
that
about
might be true.
the quippiness?
Yeah, because
Or just like the authentic relationship.
that's like the Cat London shows that we would do, whether it was in Rockwood Stage 1, small ass little venue, or some other wherever the fuck we are.
Where Anthony's
or a
not allowed
cafe.
on stage.
That's right.
That's
I'm
right.
not-
You have to sit on the
You
floor.
can sit on the floor
Yeah,
and play.
because we need to have this baby grand piano on stage in this small ass room.
Imperative.
And Kat
But,
still brings her keyboard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That's
And
right.
whenever we play Rockwood, Rich is like, yeah, I like playing Rockwood. Yeah. Why, Rich? Yeah, I just like it.
And then
can't figure out
Rich
why.
is like, I don't know.
and then Paul has
Rich is all.
one foot on the stage,
Yep.
Yeah.
one foot off the stage.
Paul is in the cutaway of the piano,
Yeah.
like leaning on you.
Like some kind of.
I'm actually doing tree pose yoga.
right.
while
In like
playing
a sequin
bass.
dress,
Yeah.
like some kind of jazz singer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
What was the
Holding a
point?
cigarette with a barrel light on it.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
this is the point.
Yeah.
This right here,
Ridiculous.
like this
that we
is on
painted the
stage.
picture.
Like this is how we are on stage in between songs.
Yeah.
But you're the catalyst for it, Kat. Oh shit, the catalyst.
The catalyst.
Look at that. Oh fuck.
That's the name of the band.
That's the name of the band. But that, like,
you guys are the Alice.
we never, outside of just, we understood that it was gonna happen when the 4 of us were on stage, and it was just a side extra thing for the crowd
Yeah.
that made us maybe stick out a little bit as far as, wow, that was a good performance, and they were fucking hysterical, that band. But you know, it seems as though like the collective in this room is, all right, that funny stuff and that interaction stuff is maybe more valuable than the music.
Yeah.
And you were the first to actually, I would say you were the first to label it. Sorry, I'm not close enough to the mic. Everybody in the
There she
podcasting
is.
world. Here
Now
I
it
am.
sounds like we're laying on her shoulder.
Now it sounds like I'm kissing your boo boos. You were the first to label the benefit of that. You were also the first to label. I'm not jumping the gun here, but you were also the first to label introducing improv music into our sets. So thanks for that. You are also a antillist.
What's that?
That's a catalyst, but
Oh, I
an
like that.
Anthony
Oh, Cat
catalyst.
and the A list.
Damn.
And then you
Bougie.
have Catalyst. There
Oh,
you
that's
go.
cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm just glad I'm being promoted from the D list.
I know.
I
Right?
want to be called the Glad Rags.
Yeah,
the D list.
I think we
Yes.
should be
What?
called the Glad
Yes.
Rags.
But you know what I think is cool about bringing that, or at least, you know, consciously thinking about that element, is it actually takes you away from that just boring
Yeah.
thing of musicians trying to go up and be cool. Hey, this is a song I wrote about.
Yes.
You
the
nailed that.
sunset,"
Yeah, you nailed
you
that.
know, and,
Exactly.
this is about
Yeah.
the fight for you know,
Yeah.
Whatever.
for like cat paw rights. You
Right.
know? We should be
Or
allowed
like-
to have left-handed cats. Why can't we have left-handed
Why
Yeah,
cats?
right.
can't-
Exactly.
And Paul, you come from a very, very comedic family.
Yes.
Just like always busting each other's balls. Rich families is always busting each other's balls. My family's like me and Aunt are the only normal people here.
No,
Oh,
your family
wow,
bus. Your
Yeah,
family bus.
your
balls.
family's way more. Sorry, family.
The whole band just went. No, your whole family has made
Yeah.
fun of me.
Yeah. Your family bus
family's
balls every.
way more fun than
Yeah.
my family. And I know to say
I'm
this, and
telling
it's
your
okay to
dog.
say that because they're not listening.
I'm telling your dog. Oh, see, there you go.
Maybe
This
my
is too
cousin.
exciting.
Right.
Shout out
The
to my
show's too
cousin.
exciting.
At least my family comes to my shows.
Yeah.
I think the cool thing is though it's kind of accidentally funny, which I think is the most
Yes.
funny, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
my family are like they're not intentionally funny,
Right.
you know?
That's
They're
comedy.
completely
I think-
accidentally.
And that's what I meant.
It's
That's exactly
authentic.
right.
Like
authentic.
I will tell you this categorically as true. I'm not going to name any names here, but one of my family members, a female family member in a bar in New Orleans, lifted her own underwear nearly over her own head while she was wearing them. So yeah, like really drunk. So that
my
has
God.
happened. It's accidentally funny. You know, it's
How does
wild.
that
It's like a circus.
scientifically for women's underwear? That's very hard to
That
do.
can't be comfortable.
I mean, as a guy, it's even harder.
Yeah.
I get, but some men
I don't
wear,
know. I think it might be
wear
harder for women.
boxers.
I mean, I don't know why, but I don't need to
I'm
know
only
why.
saying as a
Do
guy,
you need to know why that would ever happen?
some stuff in the way.
Kinda, because you're related to it, and I'm close. I'm sitting right next to you right now.
Yeah.
So I need to get
names.
far
No,
away
you
from
You
the.
know who you are.
Notice
Right.
none of us went, what?
Well, yeah. Like, just like, yeah. All right.
That
Sounds
adds
like
up.
Sounds like an
Yeah.
O'Keefe thing.
It adds
we-
up. Yeah.
We have Jesus, Cat, and we have. That's Paul.
Yeah.
That's
Cool.
Well, that's Paul.
it's really cool, right?
It's
though?
authenticity. That's what it is.
It's really cool that it happened. It just naturally started happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
maybe that's part of being on the gig, and we don't even want to be on the gig. Maybe we're having a rough gig, like a wedding gig. That's just
I agree.
This sucks.
I think it has a lot to do with the various
Yeah.
kinds of shows we've done. We haven't done in the original sector, that is, so many like hipster gigs where you have to be kind of like vibing it out the whole time. We've been in the same room on gigs where you have to kind of be all hunky dory, and you don't want to be.
I actually think me personally, I can probably count on one hand out of the thousands of shows that I've done.
I already
how many
agree.
shows I didn't like. So I'm never having a
Right.
horrible time on stage. I think the thing about what we do on stage and the birthing of that, I think what made it special was like, I'm trying to figure out a good way to word this so that it's not like
Levity?
too cerebral, but like I just think if you bring realness to the stage, you're not. I think a lot of musicians, Paul, the example you set, I think they're trying so hard to be cool, to seem like they're above where they are and what they're doing.
Right.
That, in my opinion, that makes you a total douchebag.
Yeah.
When we go on stage,
I agree with
I
that.
think we enjoy each other's company so much that it's just like, hey, first of all, we're on stage right now. This is our
Time.
you're in our house right now.
Yeah.
And we're in your house. So like my family, I know for damn sure, you come to dinner at my family's house and nobody's trying to be fancy. Like no one's trying to act like who they're not.
Yes.
If you can't handle it, well, sorry, this is the night you're in for right now. And I think
right.
that's what we've brought. We try to bring to the table. And I think it's all started with that improv. I think it started
I
with.
hope so.
I think we
That's so
managed
cool.
to like loosen up a little bit and not worry about what people think.
Yeah.
Who we are. Like it just the worry goes out the window, and you're just like,
I
what?
guess-
This is what we do.
I guess when you improvise, you have all you have is what you want to hear. Play what you want to hear and make it match the rest of the band.
That's a wonderful way of putting it.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and you can't fake that
No.
You can't fake it. It's impossible.
because you're in the moment. You have to be in the moment. You have to be present, right? And
And we were
You know.
already kind of nondescript because at the time with the original band, the way it all kind of came across, we're obviously going to forever be writing different stuff and different people are going to be writing stuff, but it happened to be a lot of featurettes of my music and Rich's music. So already we were genre hopping. So we were kind of nondescript in that sense. And we've had many people say, like, what are you? I don't get it. And we're like, instead of feeling bad about that, which, believe me, I've had my fair share of feeling a little torn about, like, oh, wait, so because I'm not in this, like, specific genre, you don't get me. But then you throw the improv in, and it's like, wait, let's capitalize. Not even capitalize, just let's lean in to that odd superpower of being nondescript.
It helps justify.
Yeah. And, yeah,
We're watching
improv rocks.
We're watching entertainers.
Yes,
That's
and
really
exactly.
and that comes back to what you were saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there's just a bunch of entertainers on
They're
stage.
up there, and to what you said, they're up there just making things sound good for us to enjoy.
That's it.
It's also unique. I mean, sometimes we've all been lucky to watch and be on stage, share stages with like great artists and bands and stuff. Sometimes it can feel a little bit like, I'm watching somebody doing something they've done 50 times the exact same way before. So I think if you bring if you point out meaningfully, we're about to do something we've never done before, be it in a comedy sense or a musical sense, it really does give people. I mean, I don't know if it gives it to them, but we're offering them. Here's something that we have never done on a show before, and we're only going to do in this one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is cool.
It's important.
And it's the ultimate breaking of the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Because by even asking the crowd for their input of a song, you're tipping your hat to the fact that they're there. Like, my least favorite thing is when you go watch a musician and they're just in themselves, and they're playing their thing.
This song is called Tree.
Yeah, or like, they get done with their song and the crowd's clapping and they're just like, thanks. And they look at the ground and you're just like, hey man, are we spying on you?
Yeah.
How
You're going to call the cops on me for being here?
That goes all the way up the tree, though, because I remember I'm a huge fan of Jeff Buckley. Have been for years. And I remember watching this video of that he did like a few shows after the release of Grace. And
Killer album.
Great album, great singer, great musicians in the band. But that's his live show. The audience is incidental.
Right.
It doesn't really matter if
Right.
the audience is there or not. In fact, one particular part of it, he actually becomes kind of a little bit insulting to the audience.
Wow.
Yeah, because one of them says, "Oh, play some Smiths," which is, nobody wants to hear that at a gig, right?
Right.
And he gets quite angry with the audience member in the sense of like, why are you
Why are you even here?
forgetting completely that you're supposed to be entertaining these people, dude.
Right.
You know? And you
Right.
are with your soaring voice, but like there was a lack of humanity that I found. It kind of tarnished it a little bit for me.
Yeah,
There's
totally.
there's a
Dare I
band.
say it?
Well, no, I mean, I think there's a point there because there's a band that you could say if I was to tell you this band did this and the lead singer of that band did that, which is they kind of disregarded the audience, you could say Radiohead, like Tom York. But guess what? I've seen him twice, and he doesn't do that. He really amps them up. And he, out of all, and you listen to those songs, he's the last guy you think of that would actually engage and try
Definitely.
to pep up the crowd.
Yeah.
But he does it because he knows that that's what you're supposed to do. It's a live show. Everybody came out to see you.
I honestly thought
know.
the same thing about Damian Rice when we saw him in the States. Were we in Jersey or PA? I don't know.
We were in Philly.
Philly. We saw the first song that he opened up with. It was very dramatic. The lighting was very good. It was just him. There was no band on the tour. He put a fog machine on. By the end of the song, we were kind of midway. We could see that it got very foggy. By the end of the song, he goes, "Can we shut up the fog machines here? Because
We're like choking the people
we're
in the front
choking the
row."
people and like immediately he broke that character that he worked so hard to paint with the fog machine.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, F this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
And like, to give you some perspective on the song, he opened the whole show. It's a theater with one stage mic.
Right.
His guitar's not plugged in, and he's singing 3 feet from the mic. So everybody has to, like, you're like,
Oh, man.
you can hear a pin drop, and it's just so dramatic, and the fog starts rolling in. And then he goes,
He's so
"We
great.
shut this, like, fucking fog machine off." He's, like, choking everybody. And he goes from this, like, brooding character to, like, all right, this is a little much.
That's so cool.
Hey, can we tighten?
Right.
Ah, see?
My name's Damien. Hi.
Cha-cha-cha. Right, exactly.
I remember watching. This is an artist I'm not sure any of you guys will know, but I went when I was back in Ireland one time. I went to see a guy called Jack L at the Cork Opera House, and he did something very similar to that. Now, Jack L has a very Nick Cave, Morrissey type voice, very booming, strong, and he he actually did like a portion of the show out in the audience, just singing, using the design of the opera house itself.
Yeah.
And he was like, he told the band, like, bring it down. And he did a few songs. He did a song called Belfast Child, which was a song by Simple Minds.
Oh, cool.
And he did it was like a jazzy version of it, but he sung from the audience. He stood out in the audience. And it was like,
That's good.
it was transcendent. But that's exactly what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Things that are just like not cookie cutter. It's a unique experience. And, he
I
was
think
just
you
like,
used the
we're gonna
perfect
do this
word.
right now. Yeah.
Transcendent.
Yeah.
I think if you can transcend, I think artists get so wrapped up in their music that the music becomes not only the most important thing, but the only thing that matters. And I think as an artist, you need to transcend that music, and the music should be the vehicle to what you want people to experience and feel, and it's a vehicle as well for them to get to know you. It's not the only thing happening. It's just a tool.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean, I know that Miles Davis used to like turn his back to the crowd, you know, when he was taking a solo or something like that. Like he was nasty apparently to people come up to him after apparently. These are stories I've heard, but Miles, that was amazing. Thank you so much. And he's like, fuck out of my face. Like something along those lines.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, whether he was playing a character, like if he was known for that or whatever, never smiled. You ever seen that guy smile? You know, and also that
You're
type
caught
of
up in your groove then, man. Loosen up, you know.
Yeah, it's some branding involved in that too.
They're leaning too hard on that branding.
that jazz world, that side of the jazz world where it got really in the art world.
Yes.
It's understood, right? But could he get away with that today? I don't know.
It depends what you're going for. If you're going for enigmatic,
Yeah.
then maybe. Because that would be
not on a live big stage, but these small clubs,
sure.
maybe.
I mean, I think it just depends on, like, that would be the only positive reason for doing it. I want to create an enigmatic kind of perception of myself, you know, whereas and you know, that can be cool for an artist. I mean, you know, even though he was kind of super nice guy on stage and funny, Bowie was a little bit enigmatic sometimes. He would go from, you know, the Glass Spider tour where he's very over the top and kind of almost Freddie Mercury like, to, you know, in the early 90s he became would just stand there on stage and become like very enigmatic, which I thought was cool. But you can do that without being an asshole.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
That's the point.
There's a middle ground,
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we have instruments in front of us.
Hey, look at
Yes.
that.
So are we inspired to like play some music?
Do something.
Do a little something.
I'm down for something.
Let's see if I remember how to play.
I know.
I know you guys do.
What are we thinking?
Do
What are we
some
thinking? I think by the
improv.
way, I think people really loved Cat and Rich's episode, the improvised that what was it about women's underwear
What
or
does
something
women's
like
underwear sound like?
that was cool. And that was all improvised.
Do you remember what it sounds like?
Yes, I do. We don't have to
We won't
visit
play
that again because
though.
then they're gonna, you know, people are going to think like, man, these motherfuckers, they're just horny people.
All they
That's right, yeah.
All they sing about is undergarments and fishnets.
I blame Paul's sister.
And
I blame
Ants.
Ant's hairy legs.
Oof. What we got, guys? What we got? Any ideas?
We got Bubbly.
Oh, I love Bubbly, sponsor of the show.
That's good stuff, man.
One day.
That's the first time having that. It's
I
really
love
good.
Bubbly.
Yeah.
That's your first time having that?
Yeah.
Have you
Grapefruit
hung out
Bubbly.
with Anthony?
Yeah,
Not in the last 6 months.
I've created probably like 100,000 cans of recycling of Bubbly.
I'm glad you said created.
I did. I created.
You generated those cans.
Yeah.
making a big bubbly Tyrannosaurus Rex. Actually.
It's going to be in Central
That's my next
Park.
art
Right.
piece.
That's
All right.
right.
Right. What do we got? Do we have any? Do we want to do any any solo songs? Like we could totally do that. We could jump into one of Cat's songs, one of Rich's songs, one of Paul's songs.
I'm almost feeling an improv just
Yeah,
to get
I'm kinda
everybody
feeling-
in.
I'm feeling some
Just a
improv.
little like a little jokey joke.
A little joke,
I'm
joke.
feeling some
Little
improv.
jokey joke. Not necessarily comedy, but you know what jokes are.
I think
All
you
right.
should sing a song about, just to like stick with the clothing theme,
Okay.
sing a song about a pair of shoes
Okay.
that enjoy a nice day out, but not with their owner,
Love that.
like on their own.
All right.
You know.
All right. So then
All
I'm
right,
thinking
who's
like
starting this one?
I'm kind of think of like a Bee Gees type tempo.
Okay.
So like, can I hit the snare? Is it too loud?
That's good.
It's pretty good
That
actually.
sounds fine.
Put that splasher on it.
I was gonna do this thing.
Can I make it louder? Shoes, man. It's time to get out. Fred's gone to town. I'm all alone in the house. Nothing here but a cat and a mouse. I've been so unlaced lately. You see, he's been using those slip-on shoes and I'm getting the blues, so I'm gonna go out and cruise down the hall, down the door, down the porch, down the hall, down the porch, down the hall, down the porch, down the hall. On my own, I'm gonna flip, flop, walk, walk, side to side. Don't talk to me, don't talk to me. I got the birds' words in my hair from the radio playing in my earbuds. Gonna strut my stuff. I'm walking downtown by myself. Fred's gone away and I'm by myself. Just a pair of shoes, shaking off the blues. I'm gonna lace myself up, tie a pretty bow, get my flow. See the ladies say whistle on the down low. Gonna cruise, invite you to an underground jazz blues club. Come on, baby. Out on the town. I'm out on the town. My owner's in the lost, and I never want him to be found. Sip the sky, sip the air, sip the breeze. Got no knees on me. Do you smell that? Oh, do you smell that? 'Cause I don't, 'cause there's no feet. Do you smell? Do you smell these feet? 'Cause I don't, 'cause there's no feet on me. There's no feet in me. I've got no feet in me. I'm just shoes. I'm just singing these leather tunes.
That song was called Footless. The spin-off of Footloose.
Footless, footless. Kick off your Sunday dress.
I mean, like, I really
that
hope.
was gorgeous.
I really
That was
hope
actually
people, like, believe it, that was all made up.
You know, I was going to say earlier when
'Cause
we
it
started
didn't
talking
sound
about
like
that.
We should film it.
People, by the way, including Kat's own father, cannot, not that they refuse to believe it, but every time we do a show that we improv a song, he goes, holy shit, I can't believe that was not pre-written. Like, even the music.
Yeah.
You
The
know?
fact that
Yeah.
you guys went into a B section, I'm like, I don't know I don't know whose eyes met whose, or if you guys weren't even looking at each other.
I was listening. I heard Paul building, and
so
I
you're
was like,
where
I
are
think
we
Paul
going?
might
Yep.
go to a 4 here,
Yep.
and he went to a 4, and then I just followed the climb with him.
It's the benefit of having like a setup where, because we're playing right now, we've got drums, we got a keyboard, bass, and a female vocal. So it's actually a really good improvisational setup because you only have one melodic instrument. If you had a guitar there,
You're right.
everybody has to go there. Whereas I can change a bass note. Doesn't necessarily, you don't need to change what you're playing.
Right.
but
Sometimes it
changes
still
the
works.
chord.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
exactly.
So that's why we can do that, which is I don't know why more people don't do this on shows. To be honest with you, it's a lot of fun.
It's so much fun. It's so
You get
I think
better
the pressure
every time you do it. You get better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think
You
the
know.
pressure can be overwhelming, though. I know.
I guess so.
Improv for me was always a daunting thing. Coming from a classical background, improv is like a big no-no. You know, for my upbringing with music. But like
I also
this kind of
think
stuff's
for,
so
like,
much fun.
A singer-songwriter, a singer-songwriter gig is different than a jazz gig. I can't pretend that I know what a jazz gig is like, but I do know it's different. A singer-songwriter gig, you don't necessarily have virtuosos at the instruments necessarily. You kind of got four-chord jack, and I'm
That's kinda true,
I'm
too.
definitely one of those gals when I'm on an instrument, whether it's piano or guitar. But like, I think the singer-songwriter venue setting, everybody's very scared to do an instrumental in general.
Yeah.
And not everybody, and I say instrumental improv because not everybody's got the lyrics on lock with improv. I happen to have a 12-year
I don't know how you do
background in
I don't know
lyrical
how she does it either.
improv.
I understand-
It's unusual.
I understand why Paul's, how you're able to do it. I understand how you're sort of able to do it too.
I was just about to say it's, and this is like, I wouldn't say it's easy,
Yeah.
but we're so connected as band members because we played together for so long and we know each
Yeah.
other so well. It's
Yeah.
it's kind of natural for us, but being able to because we can do the same thing. We do have an A section and a B section.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the A section. That's
Yeah.
good. Kat
But,
has
yeah.
to come up with something new every line. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
Kat, I don't know how you
It's
fucking
so
do it.
cool.
The way you guys work together, though, like you said, I feel like he's going to the fore. I actually kind of know the melodies of our tastes a little bit, so I know like where to soar and where to not. As far as content's concerned, I don't know. But if you didn't say that thing about like shoes that have no owner, like we usually start with just a word
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
indication. There,
That was
for the
pretty
inspiration.
specific,
and this
Paul.
was very. This was.
It's
Paul's
a fantasy of mine.
Paul had a weird fancy.
It's a recurring dream.
I have a fantasy about being a pair of shoes with no owner.
I was just gonna say you're the shoes.
I'm the shoe. I
You're
am
the
shoe.
shoes.
And that's
I
the-
get it.
Oh,
and that's
it's
the-
a
that's the
metaphor.
big-
It's a
That's
metaphor.
the big reveal. I'm the shoes. And now everybody listening to the podcast just has a single tear falling down.
Someone adopt Paul. Someone adopt this kid already.
Very,
man.
very
But yeah.
well done, Kat. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, I don't know how you
Awesome.
fucking do that.
Thanks. And I don't know how you play your instruments.
You know what? Going to what you were saying, Rich, about because it's funny. I had two guests on recently that we did a little improvised thing too. And the singer, she improvised something, and I didn't expect it. And I didn't know her that well, and I told her like that's very impressive. I don't know if you understand. Me and her boyfriend, who was the other guest, his name is Ben. You guys might have met him. He's in a couple bands, and he and I have been improvising together for years. So I understand. He and I understand that language. But we didn't. Again, I didn't expect her to do it, and then we got into that discussion, which is, and we kind of hit the nail, which what you were saying. Classically trained people, why don't you take the risk? And I'm after thinking about it, like you're not allowed to sound like shit.
Yeah.
Like as a drummer, as a teenage drummer, and your buddies come over, you're allowed and expected that you're going to sound like shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you're allowed to carve your teeth and you're allowed to let people hear you suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a
The
classically
expectation
trained.
for perfection is not there, like it
Yes.
is with classical music.
I think it's
Yes.
reps that.
Yeah.
Well, yes, because there's no reps in improv with classical, but when you have reps of regular improv, you learn how to mask the things that sound like shit. Like as far as some of the lyrics that I sang there, they were not genius, nor did they rhyme. They were kind of weird, but we learned to mask that with attitude or voice acting.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
And instrumentally, it happens too. I had the instinct that Paul was going to go up to the fore, but I wasn't sure if he was.
So you did
So
a,
what I did was, you hold that one chord out, and when he starts to build up, and then he goes
Yep.
up to the four. So I'm holding that one, and this is what happens.
I knew it. You got the pickup.
As soon as he hits it, I come in on the and,
the
and I'm like,
and.
here we are. Now
Yes.
we're going to probably build somewhere from this.
And
That makes
that's
it sound
actually that's actually really interesting. You said that because you're playing a piano. It sounds great on piano. It may not sound quite as good on guitar. So you can
Right.
use, But the other
Because of
thing
the
as well-
voicing.
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
one thing that's super important about improvising as well, because not being somebody that reads music, I always played by ear. One of the things I learned early on about improvising is be okay with it sucking.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't do it unless you're okay with falling flat
Yeah.
a little bit.
Absolutely.
And then as soon as you start to put that suit on, it actually becomes a lot easier. Because
Absolutely.
You're perfectly okay with this being a little bit of a train wreck.
It's like learn how to recover.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah.
also
Learning how to recover.
learning how to trust your family, because
That's true.
as
Yeah.
I grew up a solo classical piano player.
Yeah.
You're on your own. You suck. It's on you, boss.
0 friends.
When you're here in the room with your bandmates, you guys are family right there. So I
Yeah.
have a trust. If I foul something up, you guys are gonna pull me back onto my feet. It's not just me.
And
on
then
my
we'll
own.
look at you and wink.
Yeah, right. Or give me like a laugh or something.
Yeah,
you know?
and we've done that.
Oh, yeah.
All three
We've
of us.
We've laughed at each other so much.
Right?
Or just hand you an application for unemployment benefits.
I'll give you this.
No.
Between chords.
This Mel Bay lesson 1 guitar book. Here you go.
Oh, I have that. I have that
I have
somewhere.
it too.
Here's musician.
Yeah, musician, right?
Yeah.
There's a subscription.
Usually I say, "Ooh, keep that."
Yeah, right. And that's the thing too. Sometimes you run into some beautiful problems.
Yeah.
You know, if Paul hit that 4 and I thought he might have been going to the 5, sometimes you end up with a chord like that, and you're like, "Ooh, that was kind of tasty. I can recover from that," but it wasn't like
You messed up
necessarily
on something when we were playing together on With Him, and I was like, "Oh, it was for our show," and you the voicing was like just off. I'm like, "Wait, what did you play? I want that," and you're like, "I don't know, like maybe."
Yeah, there's pluses and minuses to improvising.
And I forget what it was, but I was like, I want to change the whole song now.
Right.
It's great.
I love when mistakes are beautiful.
I love it,
Yeah.
man.
I
love
fucking
it.
love that.
And they're always, I mean.
and you're
there's-
always making them.
Exactly.
Always.
I'm going to take a
All the
moment. I'm
time.
going to take a moment to shout out my piano
Please
teacher.
do.
His name was Mr. Dickens. The guy was the most brilliant. And I just remember he was very strict with classical music. But there'd be songs that I'd be playing, and then I would mess up because whether the piece was difficult or the chord was large, like
What,
a
you were
Franz
10?
Liszt song. Yeah, it was probably 11. There's a piece called Poem that kind of go right. It has all this kind of thing,
yeah.
and then the second chord of the song is written like this.
Yikes.
That's nice.
Beautiful chord. So because I'm learning the song, I might have gone,
Oh, okay.
and he would always say, "That's nice." But it's not right. And so I always had in the back of my mind
That's
like
nice.
this appreciation
Yeah.
for tonally conflicting chords, and like I'm like, ooh, he conditioned me to say it does sound nice.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh God, that's disgusting. It's just like, that's interesting.
Nah.
Like a flavor would be, you know?
You reserve that for my performances. Oh,
No,
God.
I never give you that. You're so full of crap.
I meant you, the royal you. Everybody.
He's like, did I say that out loud?
I think it, but I never said it.
Right. I think it all the time.
By the way, I'm really
Wake
happy.
up in the morning and you're like, God, I'm so full of crap.
That's our promo.
Yes, full of
so full of
crap.
This
crap.
So
stage
full of crap.
is full of crap
Yes.
right now.
That's what you
Yes.
should call this podcast episode.
Full of
This
crap.
episode
Full of
is
crap.
Full of crap. I
love it.
like that.
Done
There
deal.
we go.
In fact, we should like have our own breakfast cereal.
What is it going to taste
crap.
like?
Crappos?
It's gonna taste like improvisational.
It's gonna taste like-
chordal dissonance.
Yeah, right.
No, it's gonna taste like pharmacy sushi.
Also a true story.
Wow.
I think that's a great improv
Did
troops
anybody-
name.
That is.
Did anybody actually
Pharmacy.
eat that? Did we get
No, I
that?
think
No.
we were just like
I think we were too scared.
It
Joking
was
about
actually called hybrid sushi, which
That was
is
even
weird.
worse.
I'm like,
What's
is it a
hybrid?
hybrid between acetaminophen and penicillin?
Yeah, it's salmon and Advil. Get some crushed Advil roe on the top of this sushi.
So for context, a very widely distributed pharmaceutical high street company
Yeah,
has started opening
rhymes with small tweens.
small jeans.
Yeah.
Saltines.
Tight jeans is making sushi, and we were horrified by this fact.
And they not only were they making and serving sushi, they had a big marquee outside advertising it.
You know, I saw
This hybrid sushi.
I gotta say, I don't know if anybody will find this funny. I found this hilarious. The best advertising I've ever seen, and the most head-scratching advertising is. So 7-Eleven they sell apple fritters, and they have them over by the coffee.
They're pretty
And
good.
I've never tasted one. They look like
Anthony.
they look like
That comment was so expected.
they look like cow pat. But now in the window, there's this like they're
They
making
do.
a huge deal of it.
Oh yeah.
There's a cup of coffee with an apple fritter next to it, and the big reveal,
Shut
the big
up.
hook is with more apples.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, what third-rate like marketer came up with what do we how? How are we going to sell more apple fritters? Why don't we just say with more apples?
I don't know, man.
Dude, that's
You know what
brilliant.
they should have said? You know what they
Brilliant.
should have said?
How do you like them apples?
Or they could have said the deal could have been like, get 1 cup of coffee and 1 free apple fritter. The best way to get you to the shitter,
That's it.
or something like that.
That's it.
It's better than
It
saying.
gets you going in the morning.
It's better than
yeah.
saying with more frit.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm only saying because
Just add an extra T.
I'm literally thinking that after drinking and eating that, I'm gonna be going to the shitter. I mean, it's just gonna happen.
That's
7-Eleven.
great. Yeah.
I
That's
was
only
just-
why
I
I'm thinking
found
that.
Coffee for
I
sure.
just found it like
I'm just glad they put the word more in there.
Yeah.
It wasn't like
Yeah.
with apples.
Actually,
This
with
time.
apples, guys.
you know what? You know what? The crazy thing is, I was sitting there in my car looking at this poster, going, "How many people does that work on?" You know what? I'm just going to get a coffee today. I'm not going to get an apple fritter.
I
oh,
think
but
of
there's
that
more
all the time.
apples now. Because that's what I'm going for.
I
Yeah.
think that all the time. Who do these commercials and advertisements
Who
actually
are they
work on?
for?
You ate it.
Because they don't. No, I
But he
wouldn't.
doesn't need the commercial.
I don't need the commercial. Oh, an apple fritter?
sold.
I fucking
He's-
love apple
sounds
fritters.
great.
He's already the lowest of the low.
Oh yeah, he's what they call a true fan.
And
He doesn't need to be sold to.
I'll even be like, that place doesn't have good apple fritters.
right.
Oh, you have
That's how much I like
Give
it.
and
a
I've had
commentary.
them at
Like
McDonald's.
Wawa has really good apple fritters.
guys.
Okay.
I've never in my life had an apple fritter.
You're missing out,
I've,
dude.
I've had one or two, but only from places that won't kill me from eating something from.
Yeah, like a farm or something
Yeah.
nice.
right.
Yeah.
Like I'll drink the coffee from 7-Eleven. The hazelnut's pretty good. I have one right here. It
Smells.
delicious.
It smells like heaven.
But that's the most perplexing advertising I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think up of something where, like, another product would use that,
Yeah.
like Bic, now more ink.
Yeah, right.
It's like,
or
Like,
yeah.
Okay.
You know?
all
Right.
Yeah.
You already expect your apple fritter
How
to have
about
a
our
sufficient
bands?
amount of apples.
Exactly. Like what state were these apple fritters in before they put more apples?
Yeah, you're right.
Colgate toothbrushes now more bristles.
Was
More
it the
bristles.
original? Was it the original manufacturing plant, or did they have to send it to a middleman to put the second edition of apples
Here's
into it?
here's what I'm wondering. Did they get feedback from the customers and they were like, you know what?
Right.
There's just not
There's
enough
not
apples
enough.
in these fritters.
I
Yes,
think
definitely. That's
you
usually.
think that's what
I
happened?
think I know exactly what happened. So
Oh God, Paul.
7-Eleven was purchased by someone who owns a substantial holding in Apple Futures.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and now
that's probably true.
It was like, I'm only going to buy this company if we can put more apples in the apple.
In
fritter.
as many things as possible.
Yeah, creating a lack of supply
Yeah.
and more demand,
Yeah.
therefore increasing the stock value of apples.
Yeah, you're
The
right.
produce section in general of 7-Eleven now has more apples.
Yeah, that's it. That's definitely it.
Welcome to the C.R.A.P band. Now with more music.
Yeah, you guys want
Exactly.
to do another one?
That is literally
way?
the equivalent of that poster for the fritters.
Do you guys want to do another one, by the
Let's
way?
do another one.
Because that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Are we improvising again?
We could, or we could, again, we could.
I'll leave that up to Kat.
If you guys want to do like one of your songs,
I'm good.
you know.
You
wanna
good
do
to
a song?
improvise another one? Or you want to do one of the C.R.A.P band tunes? I always
I
leave it
don't
up
know,
to
I'm
Kat because
good.
I know I could imagine how exhausting flexing that improv muscle can be.
I was
lyrically and
exhausted on
melodically, so-
Thursday, but I'm not tired today, which is interesting.
I just mean after performing it, it's like, oh God, I don't know if I
Yeah.
can think of another 3-minute song here. You know?
Can we make it this one funny?
Yeah, of course.
Do you have the premise?
I can't be the generator of
Okay,
the
yeah,
premise,
that's fair, that's
unfortunately.
fair.
You could either
Um,
give me a premise via a word or an actual premise.
All right.
Okay.
Maybe a
Is fences a good word?
Fences is fine. Yes.
Fences.
Okay.
That's what we're.
Fences is my word.
Sounds Garth Brooks.
As,
Oh,
as
it-
long as it's
it
not
won't
Chris
be.
Gaines.
Yeah, right. with that wig, the
Yeah.
black wig. Jesus.
So we're doing fences.
Fences.
I got some stuff. All right.
Paul, you want to start this one
I
off?
think slow and sexy. I'm thinking like
That works.
mid 90s soul.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paul, I'll let you set up the groove on this one.
My baby, my baby. and I say, hey, don't blame me. My man's been messing around a little bit, so I had an electric collar chip put in his neck the other day. 'Cause I have an in with the CIA. So whenever he wants to cheat, I say go out in the yard and try it, baby. You ain't getting nowhere, you ain't getting nowhere. I hear a little zap zap and a clap clap and a thud thud and a baby's on the concrete. 'Cause you ain't getting away from me. I put the collar in your neck somehow. You're gonna stay with me forever, baby, in love. Like a dog, you don't know your proximity, but when you feel the electricity, come on, baby, come back in the house. You ain't going nowhere, you ain't cheating on me. No, I baked us a nice apple fritter, and there's enough for two. I know that I might be a little hard and I come on strong, and you don't like my family much, and we probably should get a divorce, but I need you here. I need you here so bad, and I can't have you running around on me with other girls and other women with better sensibilities and even better clothes and maybe even better hair and more luscious lips, but it's gonna be a problem if you try to escape. So I hope you don't mind a little shock. Baby, you ain't going nowhere. Baby, you ain't gonna go away. Baby, you ain't going nowhere. Ain't going nowhere. Ain't going nowhere. Ain't going nowhere. Not with this electric fence. I think your rash is kind of sexy. That was underground shit right there.
That was deep.
Wow, that was deep.
That was a deep cut.
That was
think
muddy
your
love.
rash is kind of sexy. That's I've never heard that.
Well, look, when you
That electric
implant
fence.
an electric fence chip inside someone's body, it's gonna hurt a little
Yeah.
and probably turn like a purpley red.
Serves them right though, for
Yeah.
A little violent.
those
but
wandering
it was
eyes.
good.
It was
I
either
liked
going to
it.
be
I enjoyed
that, or I was going to go the sadomasochistic route, and I was like, I don't know if I'll do that on this
Like
show.
tied to a fence, kind of like tied to an electric fence.
Actually, they put the electric collar on themselves intentionally for pleasure.
pleasure,
But they're
and then
also
try to run away all the
naked,
time.
and they try to run away, and it's like this.
Didn't
Yeah.
one of you send me a video where somebody was doing something with an electric fence? Like,
No, I think that's
not okay.
I think that's your female relative who pulled their underwear over.
Yeah, right. No, I don't know. That wasn't me.
I think it might have been one of you guys, definitely. It was something to do with Ireland. Like, you guys sent it to me and was like, you guys do this in Ireland? And it
Really?
was definitely one of you guys.
It might have been me.
It might
It's
have been
probably
you,
Ant.
I don't remember though.
Aunt loves making fun of Ireland.
No, I like
The whole country.
I like making fun of Paul.
It just so happened.
As the representative of Ireland
Yes.
in this
That's right.
particular band.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes,
That's funny as hell.
you guys
Kat,
are killing it.
I have a question for you, Kat. When you improvise lyrics, is it similar to when we improvise an instrumental in that you don't necessarily 100% know where you're gonna go,
Yep.
but when you're thinking up your next line or your next melody or your next lyric, are you actively trying to make it go somewhere, or are you just letting it happen?
So I think I'm just when I get a word, I think of at least two premises, and then and then it's time to go because everybody's ready to play, and I go, oh, got to make my fast choice. So I didn't go the S&M route. I went the someone cheating and wanting to keep them restrained. So that's one thought process that has to happen immediately. Then I think of, I just paint the scenario in which, what are the facts in the scene? And then what are the emotions in the scene? So if it's like jealousy, then we can maybe riff on like other jealous things, like who's better than me? What kind of things that other women have?
So you're like block by block building up.
Yeah, exactly. Because there was a point where I was just listing like, might have a better hair than me, maybe have better sensibilities. And I'm like, just riffing on that. And then I'm like, well, what does after bitching about jealousy, what does bitching about jealousy remind me of?
Right.
And it reminds me of back to the action. For me, is like, how are we going to prevent this jealousy? And that's just putting a collar back on. So that's kind of just what brought me back into the loop of why we had the collar on in the first place.
Interesting.
So I guess I just use this song wasn't as much of what I'm describing as other songs are, but each new fact reminds me. And when I say reminds me, I just mean as a person. Like, we all have memories. Like, if I say dog, you think about 7 different things that go in your head. You think of probably your own dog. You probably think of shit. You probably think of dogs out here that shit on your lawn.
Sure.
Anything can happen.
How'd you know?
So, because I can see people walking. You just get reminded of real. Improv is real. What is the real thing that we're going to talk about? Because you're performing for real-ass people, aren't you? You're not performing for an alien that doesn't have things in common with you. So you just make the one fact remind you of a different fact in life. That's it.
That's another cool thing about improv as well, is that you can rehearse songs, right? You can sit at home and, like, if I'm bored on a Saturday night, I'll take my guitar out and I'll sing some songs or whatever. You never improv for yourself. Mm-hmm. You're always improving for people, which actually makes it so awesome to be able to, because you always know that you're doing it from an entertaining. It's never self-indulgent. It's always for the entertainment.
And to like work the muscle, I've tried to freestyle before, but it's weird. I'm not good at it. Mm-hmm. I'm not good at like a rap beat freestyle for self-help.
I'm talking more about the nature of the intensity of having to do it for somebody else.
Oh, neat. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah.
Because you can sit there and
play
you can
music
go,
for yourself.
and you know, like on the throne or something.
So you're not even talking about rehearsal. You're talking about like joy.
Like the energy of it. The energy of, I have to do this now.
Yeah, the pressure.
You need.
Well,
it's almost like
Kat does her own.
You're right.
Right, you do your own like Instagram videos that are pretty funny.
Yeah, I started doing
the
like
animal impressions were really good.
Yeah.
So.
Well, whenever this is what started happening is our timing. Like Rich and I are usually going to the same place at the same time. Mm-hmm. We're doing things together, so we're in the shower at the same time. But recently, I've been like doing my shit at different times and stuff. So he'll be in the shower.
I almost just spit coffee all over my drum set.
Oh, no,
for the record, we have 2 bathrooms.
We have 2.
Just to clarify.
I was just about to say, like, well, thanks, Kat.
Well, luckily that wasn't a road story where they said, you know, I was talking to Kat one time, you know, Anthony and Paul were in the shower.
Right.
Would have been like, hang on a minute.
Well, if that's the case, you would be
Paul's
in the same shower.
Where's Anthony?
Anthony's bundled up around his torso.
I'm doing my taxes.
Right. That's right.
For sure you are.
I like when you do when you were.
So I do those when he's in the shower.
Yeah, when you were doing the animal voices and like the facial distortion app or whatever you were using.
Yeah.
But what made it really funny was you were talking so earnestly as an animal. You were so. You were like, you know, anthropomorphizing animals to the degree where it was serious but hilarious. It's so funny.
Oh, thank you so much.
I recommend you go check them out. I was like rolling around.
They're all on my Instagram.
I've actually
reels.
since deleted my Instagram app from my phone, so nothing could top that.
You know what?
You know,
I put a limit on my Instagram.
Yeah,
recently.
so did I. We were chatting about that, the 4 of us via text not too long ago, and.
It's crazy. Social media is.
I have a fence around it now. It's like
Yeah.
you are limited. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I did it for the lame reason that I watched the documentary, and
That's not lame.
I found my behavior is exactly what they wanted it to be.
Oh,
Yes.
I refuse.
I resist that.
Dude, I
refuse.
actually think
you're
that's
right.
the least lame reason.
Well, I it's lame in the sense that I didn't come
To your own
come
conclusion.
to that conclusion.
Yes,
Oh, that's
I
fine.
understand.
So weirdly enough, instead of Facebook telling me what to do, this documentary told me what to do, but I feel better about what they were telling me.
Right.
To do.
Well, I mean, it's like watching a documentary on healthy eating, and you're like, oh, Jesus, you mean 7-Eleven apple fritters are not good for me?
Yeah, Anthony.
Even with more apples.
I mean, but apples are healthy,
You
aren't
guys are painting me like I have such bad eating habits.
Anthony, I'm gonna
pretty
have to.
fucking healthy,
I'm gonna have to
actually.
kiss your boo
That's
boo tummy.
they? I know.
Jesus, Cat.
But yeah.
I'll rub your rummy.
We're gonna have to go to
Your wubby.
that Thai Indian joint.
Oh my god.
I will. I'm going to ask this. I mean, I kind of want to ask each of you, but I remember back in May. That's
you can
when
remember that far back.
I'm-
Good for you, man.
it's bad.
You know him with dates. It's like a thing.
I just a record of my
What
life.
time was
it's
it?
in full. You know, I was
I'm the polar opposite of
about
that.
noon. No,
Remember gyms?
gyms.
Remember going to the
Oh,
gym?
going to the
Going to the gym. Yeah, I do
It was-
remember
it was-
actually.
yeah.
I had
Like a guy
a
named
personal
Jim.
trainer. I was like, I'm actually doing great.
No shit.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Male or female?
male. Yeah, he was really. He knew what he was doing, and he was pushing me like appropriately, where my body wasn't breaking down. I gained some muscle actually.
Damn.
you go.
Yeah, it was
Great.
cool. And
Sorry, I
then
interrupted you.
that's okay. And then COVID, and then
Yeah.
That's it.
So May.
yeah. So back in May though, things on
420?
social 420 in May, social media got crazy. Obviously, we know why. We don't have to talk about it, but we know why. And like that impulse to. There's an impulse that I have when somebody says something on a post, and they don't they're criticizing something, they're denying something that's in the news.
Cancel.
Just
cancel.
they're not getting the point. They're picking up on the. There are movements out there that at the core the belief is good,
Right.
but the methods are harmful only
Agreed.
because, and I only say the methods are harmful to get the belief across, and because their behavior and their methods go against their belief and their ultimate goal, which is to get people to go, oh yeah, I completely understand that, and I kind of agree with you,
Yeah,
and maybe
it's
we should change
counterproductive.
this, right?
Yeah.
All right, so then people understandably go, fuck that. That whole now they go, fuck that, and that whole thing
Yeah.
is bullshit. And then you want to jump in and go and get your hands in there and try to like, no, you're looking at it wrong or whatever.
Right. Like pay attention to these parts, not those parts.
And it's just one of those things you got to learn to let go and like ignore those impulses because
Yes.
you're going to get into stuff. And then once you get into it, then you're trying to undo something that was already done.
Correct.
But either way, my motive or my intent won't be interpreted. It's not in my control, the interpretation of what my intent is. So I had to back away. And as soon as I started to do that, and really, truly, I'm not going on Twitter anymore. And when I go through Facebook, as soon as I scroll and I see something very political that bothers me, I'm shutting it off.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Instagram, I don't usually see that stuff based on who I
No,
follow.
yeah, you're right.
So I'm a lot happier. Holy shit.
And I had
Oh
to
my
practice
God.
that too. I had to practice like not involving myself. Not that I was an arguer person anyway, by any means. I do not have that reputation.
Yeah.
But when I was like, I think I have a good idea on how to simmer this fight down that's happening on the internet.
Yeah.
And we're like, no, Kat, just stop. Just
Yeah.
be the blue dot. Be the good person.
It's kind of like it's like single-handedly trying to put out these California wildfires.
Yes.
You know, you got to let it burn. You got to let it burn things down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do.
Like I don't know. What's your thoughts?
I mean, I'm happier since I didn't delete my accounts. I've deleted my apps.
Yeah.
So the apps just aren't
So
on
I'm like,
there,
I'm
yeah.
kind of like, I've got one foot out of it.
Yeah.
But I think, I mean, as you know, I wouldn't necessarily call myself a huge, like, online promoter of anything I'm involved with because I leave that to people who are better than it. I recognize that it's not a skill that I have. So I feel like I'm prepared and ready to just delete it. Also, I've been having more conversations with people, like family members and friends, because one curse of social media that I found, and I think there's parts of it that are great, is you actually stop engaging with your family. You just start watching their life,
Yeah.
and you don't actually get any context.
Yeah.
You know, you don't like. I see my cousin was at a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I see her dressed up all nice with her boyfriend. Here's what I'm not doing. How was the wedding?
Yeah.
Right.
Did you dance? How was the band?
Right.
You know, you're not actually engaging with people anymore. You feel like you're engaging with people,
Yeah.
but like what they are, and I'm stealing this from the documentary that I watched. They're dopamine hits to keep you feeling like you're in touch with people.
Let us know which doc that was.
Yeah, Facebook. It keeps you in touch with family. Actually, doesn't.
Doesn't. It really doesn't.
It actually takes you out of touch because you're not. You're
Yeah.
a spectator in their life instead of
Yeah.
a participant.
It's true.
Yeah, what it does is, in my opinion, it feeds the lazy part of you to only try so hard. You know, you see a picture of a family member, you really do get the sensation that you know what happened that day, because even if they may have, entered a caption and described the whole day.
Precisely.
Now you don't have to try at all. It's already been given to you.
Like I've engaged.
I'm engaged.
It's the same thing with birthdays. I can't remember.
Yes.
I've
The
actually
last time
turned
I
that
picked
off.
up the phone, I mean, on
Yeah.
a birthday and I'm now going to be like, I've put all my closest family members' birthdays in my calendar, and
Yep.
I'm now going to call them on
Right.
my birthday instead of just going, "Happy birthday!" exclamation.
15
love heart,
emojis. Yeah.
Yeah.
birthday candle.
Yeah, right.
You know me.
Exactly.
I don't
Eggplant, no,
wish
that's-
anyone happy birthday on the internet.
Yeah, I've stopped wishing people happy birthday on the internet too, because
also took off-
it's disingenuous.
You can also actually
Yeah.
block. I didn't even know I did this, but this past year, I was like, oh, interesting. I didn't have like 200 notifications of happy birthdays, and apparently I turned it off. That
Oh.
it's not a Facebook to not announce my birthday.
Right.
And I'm like,
Wow.
I was like, it was a weird.
Cat thought it kept her the same age.
I know.
yeah, right. Yes.
I'm still 25.
You know,
Still.
the thought that comes to my mind with social media, and I don't think people look at it this way, is nobody likes to be sold to. Right? At the end of the day, even a sales pitch is oily. Right? Like we get this notion that it's greasy and it's annoying to be sold to. But isn't that essentially what every post on social media is?
Yes.
Because I didn't ask for your fucking opinion anyway.
Yeah.
So like imagine just walking down the street
Yeah.
and a stranger coming up to you and being like, screw this movement. And you're like, dude, I'm just on my way to get some coffee.
Yeah.
Like what
Yeah.
like there's a time and a place to communicate about these things. And I think the temperature of social media is, the climate rather, is like, here's a thing that I'm thinking, here's a thing that I'm feeling, here's a product I'm using, here's a place I'm eating, this is what I'm doing with my kids, and none of us asked for any of that.
But
Yeah.
you're on. No, we all like to act like we didn't ask, and we all like to act like, oh, this person's posted shit. But you logged on to Facebook, didn't you, to look through that scroll?
Right.
Yeah, but what I mean by that is,
So you are buying it.
right, but the conflict that Ant is experiencing when he goes on his Facebook and he sees that someone who is I'll throw air quotes up here, friend with, maybe posted something toxic about a not being okay with this benign thing in society. Now, Ant has the desire to help this person see the light.
Right.
But at the end of the day, what's really happening to you is you are now part of their sales pitch, and you are taking time out of your own life to be sold to, and now you're engaged. And now, not only that, because they don't like to be, like a salesperson never likes to be called out as being a salesperson,
Yep.
because it's got a bad stigma. The minute you step in unsolicited and give that person an alternative perspective, now you're going to fight with them. They're going to fight with you.
Yeah, it's
So
because
it's just like this big ongoing sales pitch where you're like, "Hey man, don't sell your shit to me," and they're like, "Hey man, don't call me a salesperson." It's this weird thing.
But also them by you trying to fix them, you're also trying to sell your frame
Yes.
of mind. So
That's
you're
right.
everybody's selling to each other, and you're all on Facebook because you're willing to buy. But it doesn't
Yeah.
mean you're not going to be hypercritical. I just think it's poison in general.
It is. It's an emotionally toxic experience.
It is. Is there like I've been thinking about this the last few days. Is there a middle ground? Because I think there's clearly positives to
There is.
social media. I mean, social media, the name itself conjures up people coming together. Like,
I found
And here's-
Instagram as my middle ground. monitoring the time that I spend on it for sure, but a lot of the things are positive. I don't.
Well, we're fortunate. I've seen some bullshit go down on Instagram too, especially like the Netflix posts.
Sure.
Netflix as a joke will promote like an upcoming comedy thing. And I mean, the comments are just, they're horrific. They're always horrific.
Yeah.
Some of them are very nice and very supportive. And then some of them are just like, did you even have to go
mean.
there? For example, like, someone it'll be a female comic. And
girls
someone
aren't
who's got
funny.
it'll always be
Just a random-
someone with the intention on
dismantling.
taking a piss in your Cheerios.
So how about, like, I don't know if you can turn comments off on places
can.
like Instagram.
You
and
can.
that, but it would be, so to me, it's almost like maybe roll back the engagement a little bit. Be able to put stuff up. Just don't comment on it.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, because I never really, I mean, unless I want to say something that I think is funny, which most people don't sometimes. But if I want to say something funny, or if I want to say something that means a lot to me, I'll do it. And then I'll find myself going, after I put it up, and like, am I like super arrogant that I think people care about what I think?
Right.
So Instagram was the hardest one for me. And the
Yeah.
reason it was the hardest one, because it's kind of harmless.
Right.
It's kind of, but the problem with it is, and here it is, I found myself, I criticized myself for not being objective enough in my opinions, simply because my online activity was defining what I saw. And that was the biggest
I was going to
thing
say.
for me.
You're talking about the the algorithm.
Exactly.
The algorithm was
The less engaging your post is,
I'm
the
not
fewer
hearing any
people
other
are even going to
opinions.
see it.
And people have really legitimate, smart opinions that I don't agree with, and I want to hear them. And I just don't think social media is the way to do it. So I
It's
deleted
not.
all my social media, downloaded the Associated Press, and I'm much happier.
Well, I saw a thing recently that said like it was a shockingly high statistic, which again, statistic, I don't know. And again, it's an online article, so it's kind of I'm kind of like going back on what I'm saying anyway, but something like 78% of people in modern society get their news from social media.
Yep. Yeah.
The statistic might be correct, but it
might
might
be.
have also been from a survey that said tick a bunch of things where you
Sure,
get
sure,
your
sure.
news. They tick social media. They tick.
I
the
believe it
actual,
though, just
like,
because
television.
I do believe it, just because of
Yeah,
the
I believe-
behavior on social
Yeah,
media.
absolutely.
There's people who post things
Yeah.
that are obviously ludicrous and they're obviously fake.
Yeah.
And they're like, "This is it. This is unbelievable."
I
And
get
you're
my
just
news
like,
from Paul. I just call him up, and say, "What's going on?
I don't get news.
I mean,
Why are we even
and-
talking to him?"
And here's the thing: you're right, because I think if you that statistic I completely believe, because I think if you gave people a blank sheet question, where do you get your if it's not a multiple choice?
Yeah,
thing,
yeah. It could be a
I think
little
lot of
swayed.
people would,
List a few.
So
Sure.
the only reason that I brought this up is because I wanted to say I'm actually much happier the last few days
Yeah, man.
not being on
There you
social
go.
media.
Yeah.
It's like a detox. It's like being
It-
cleansed from a drug
Yeah.
or something.
It is. I am so much less stressed. I can focus on work a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
It's really
I have a thought process as to why that might be for me, because I share it, right? Look, listeners, you can listen. This is how it works in my brain. This isn't truth for you guys. It's not truth. This is how it works in my brain. This is me. Look, I go to therapy, and this is where all this stemmed from.
Right.
I go to therapy with a psychologist,
Yeah,
and he's really good at what he does.
yeah.
And he works to be better at it.
That's
And I lucked
good.
out, because guess what? There's a lot of shitty therapists who are
There are.
overpaid.
Yeah.
Sorry, had to use that word.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did. Now,
Oh,
now we
God.
can all say it.
Because I'm just saying.
What were you saying about Glasgow earlier?
I'm only saying that because I've just wasted so much fucking money, you know, and given these pricks money, you know, when I was like desperate, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they just took it and expected me to keep, you know, whatever. All right. Here's the thing. There are things that make me go into red alert. It spikes my anxiety. And the question is, why do I let certain things spike my anxiety and make me go into red alert mode, right? And if that's a reaction, if that's like, let's say, a chemical reaction, Okay, that means that it's sort of not totally in my control, right? Not totally in my control. But if I learn to be aware of it and I can catch it, it's called tracking. As soon as you start tracking those things, you start noting when it happens.
Yeah.
You start to see trends in your moods. Sometimes you get fucking lost when those things happen and you forget to even track. You're just honestly trying to navigate through those moods.
Yep.
When you come out of those moods, then you're like, fuck, that was like 2 months I was in that thing.
Yep.
You know?
Right.
Over time, it's been years, but I've learned that social media was one of those things.
Yeah.
But specifically trying to control something,
Yes.
a narrative, how people perceive something that I believe in.
Yep.
They might perceive it as like, some people perceive things that I think are positive as totally negative and harmful, and it's bringing down our country, you know, things right. And they're people, those are people that I might know personally, who I actually like, and then you're thinking, I like that person. What the fuck is up with them?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and then there's a narrative that those are your enemy.
Ugh,
Right.
That you pick up
And
on.
I don't like that narrative.
it's
That's
not
the
a good-
poison.
It's-
That's the poison.
But they're not my enemy.
Exactly.
Because
And I think that's
Wh-
true with all
what,
society.
what kind of animal am I? Truly, if you really think about it, that red alert thing is animal.
Yeah.
And it's like danger. You're in danger.
Yeah.
But it's just somebody saying something.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
if I'm not in actual danger, but I continue to respond to those stimuluses like I am in danger, then every time I see it, that stimulus is
You're
reinforced.
strengthening that.
You're strengthening
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
If I learn to catch it and then objectively go, well, wait a minute. I'm sitting here in my room where there's air conditioning or heat, and I have plenty of food,
I have plenty of luxuries.
clean water,
Right.
sewage that works, like all this stuff, plumbing that works. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm not
I'm
in
safe.
danger. And you know what? It strengthens me even more now. This is why it reinforces me. That person, they're going to think that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's probably a million more of them. And I'm fine.
Yes.
Like I'm healthy. I'm safe with them thinking that stuff.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Like it doesn't affect my life. And that's what's truly, honestly, as each month that passes, I feel so much better.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
good.
I
Oh
think
my
the
God.
overarching sense, like what I hear there, is like it's the same thing with like weight management and health. Like you're never ever going to be able to be healthy if you're not present with everything.
Yeah.
So like once you get pulled into some kind of external vortex, that's it. That like you're no longer in control.
It's the rabbit hole.
It's the rabbit hole. Yeah, it's
The way you
it's
said
the
that.
Twilight
It's the
Zone.
rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But you know what I want to see? You know what my wish is for the future of social media is to have at least one app like this. And I know this might sound a little bit like Patreon, but I don't want there to be any financial element to it. Just art, no comments, no likes. There's no gauge as to how many people are consuming your art, but people painting pictures, people singing songs, people doing comedy, people doing monologues, people just playing their instrument, where people just upload like 30-second, 1 minute, 2 minute videos, and that's all it is. And it's just videos, and you can't search by what you like. It's just whatever one comes up next random.
It
That
sounds
would be a
like
cool thing.
it sounds like an online curated museum.
Museum.
Like an online curated museum.
Because
Yeah.
a museum doesn't ask personifying the museum. The museum doesn't ask to be liked. It just asks. It asks nothing.
You
but
come here for art.
You come here to appreciate whatever it is, and if you have made the effort to come in, you probably have the inclination to appreciate something
Absolutely.
in life, which means you have an inclination to be vulnerable to some regard. And it would be nice because you're basically describing like an Instagram without the likes or the commenting. They probably threw, I don't know, again, not truth, just speaking. They probably threw those likes and those comments in as part of the application to feed the creator's ego.
Yes.
So now if we can have
Yes.
a world where creators, how this is, I believe, how the world should have always remained since the dawn of time, but if creators could keep their ego stifled, leave that for the people who count stones, for the finance or whatever.
Sure.
But for creators, for artists, and by the way, I think everybody's an artist. I think we were all artists, born artists. We don't need to be patted on the back. We just need to create the good thing. And then the effect, here's your payment. Oh, everybody's smiling and not honking their horns at each other. And I'm a happy person and I'm not redlining like you were saying, Anthony, all the freaking time because I'm being charged with shit all the time. That's my payment. I don't need your like. I need to freaking have a happy day.
You know what? It's the best result for me from something like that would be that here's what you would end up seeing a lot more. You'd end up seeing fewer people afraid to put something up online because they're like, oh, what if I get no likes?
Yes.
If you take that element away,
Yep.
if you take that entire element away, you're going to give people who don't trust their own art a perfect platform, because I don't know whether people really enjoyed it. I don't know whether people hated it, but it's up there, and I just want it out there, and this is me, and this is who I am, and you're right. Like everybody's an artist.
If we can condition ourselves to not care that we don't know how many people engaged with or liked our thing, I think the world would be a much happier place.
Yeah, because many people put one video up and they get, 3 likes, so they're disheartened by it.
Yeah.
And other people who shouldn't be posting quite as much get thousands of likes because they look a certain way or they,
And what does that boil down to?
Yeah.
It boils down to that I am only allowed to create if someone likes it.
Exactly.
And that is not.
It's the opposite
That
of
is
art.
the opposite narrative that you want to say.
That's the opposite of happiness.
You are allowed to create whenever and whatever the hell you want.
That's right.
Absolutely. All right, that was fantastic. Stay tuned for part 2, The Dumb Biz 2.